Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sunday feast class given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on April 23rd, 2023 in Dallas, Texas, USA.
Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat.
I'm very happy to be here in the temple established by Srila Prabhupada.
So I'm very happy to be here in the temple established by Srila Prabhupada.
We have till 7 o'clock. We have till 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
What's the right?
Just sing.
Lanatai, Anhakala Chanji, Anabale Subhadra, Chakra.
Gonitai, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra, Radhakala Chandri.
So, today, present day, yesterday we had our Akshaya Titiya.
So today, the present day, yesterday we had the Akshaya Tritiya.
Some people are observing it today.
Some people are observing it today.
And it's the day that Brahma created the first tree.
It's the day that Brahma created the first tree.
And anything you do for Krishna stays to your credit forever.
Anything you do for Krishna stays to your credit forever.
So, I'm thinking how, see it, at first, in 14 or 15 years, 16 years, Lord Chaitanya was known as the Right Pandit.
So I was thinking that how the first 14, 15 or 16 years, Lord Chaitanya was known as Nimai Pandit.
And he was the most brilliant scholar.
And he was the most brilliant scholar.
He was the greatest Pandit,
He was the greatest Pandit,
although he was very young.
although he was very young.
And he was not particularly devoted.
He was not particularly devoted.
He would argue, he would go up to Gadadhar and he'd ask some question.
He would argue, like he would go up to Gadadhar Pandit and ask him questions.
And ask such a question that even though it was not clear what should be the answer.
He would ask such a question that even it was not clear that what should be the answer.
And then he would give the answer.
Then he would give the answer,
And no matter what the person would say, he would always defeat him.
and no matter what the person would say, he would always defeat him.
A lot of devotees wished that Nimai Pandit would become a devotee.
So all the devotees wished that Nimai Pandit would become a devotee.
But they tried to avoid him because he defeated everybody.
But they tried to avoid him because he'd defeat everybody.
Although he was Supreme Lord,
Although he was the Supreme Lord,
he kept himself hidden.
he kept himself hidden.
He was enjoying pursuit of a education.
So he was enjoying the pursuit of education.
So when the Kandri Pandit came by and challenged all the Pandits and Navadip to argue with him, otherwise sign a paper that they were defeated by him. He was the best Pandit in the world! Dignified!
So he would like in competition he would argue with so many other pundits, and then if they were defeated, they had to write down that they were defeated and he was the great Nimai Pandit, the Digvijay.
No, he was not.
Sorry, my mistake.
Just repeat what I say.
Yes.
The case of Kashmiri, now my Pandit is thinking that he's too proud.
Damai Pandit?
My Pandit thought
he would.
case of Kashmiri was too proud.
Nimai Pandit thought that Keshava Kashmiri was too proud.
But if he would defeat him, then people would take his wealth and wound and be a big disgrace.
But if he would defeat him, people would take his wealth and it would be a big disgrace for him.
I think, how can I defeat him, humble him in such a way that he maintains his dignity?
So he was thinking, how can I defeat him in such a way that he could maintain his dignity?
So, in my Pandit, he had hundreds of thousands of students.
So Nimai Pandit, he had hundreds and thousands of students.
And he would always give his class by the side of the Ganges.
And he would always give his class by the side of the Ganges.
And so it happened that Keshu Kashmiri, he went to take his bath or worship, whatever, he went to the Ganges.
So happened that Keshava Kashmiri, he went to take his bath.
I said, no, who are you?
So then he said, oh, who are you?
I'm Nimai Pandit.
He said, I am
Oh,
Nimai Pandit.
I heard about you teach grammar to the kids.
Oh, I heard about you. You teach grammar to the kids.
I'm not very proud of that. Dismissed it.
He was very proud like that, and he's dismissed the crowd.
I asked, I'm teaching. I heard you're a great Pandit.
So then he asked, I'm teaching. I heard you're a great Pandit.
Are you able to compose some verses in praise of the Ganges?
Would you be able to compose some verses in praise of the Ganges?
I'd like to hear 100 of your verses.
I would like to hear hundreds of your verses.
So, he started to rattle off verse after verse.
So Keshava Kashmiri, he started to rattle off verse after verse,
Glorifying the Ganges.
glorifying the Ganges.
Hour and a half non-stop.
Hour and a half non-stop.
100 verses.
100 verses.
Then, after he finished, my students were very impressed. Wow.
So after he finished, then Nimai's students were very impressed. Wow.
How he composed 100 original verses in Sanskrit, just like that. Boom, 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 boom.
So how he composed 100 verses, original verses, just like that. Boom, 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 boom.
And then my Pandit asked him, well, very nice. You are truly the greatest scholar in the world.
So Nimai Pandit then asked him, very nice, you are truly the greatest scholar in the world.
Can you tell me what are the good and bad parts of your composition?
Could you tell me what is the good and bad parts of your composition?
Bad part, you know. Bad part, what do you mean bad part?
Bad,
I'm the greatest famous country.
This-
Bad part, what do you mean?
bad parts? What do you mean, bad parts? I'm the greatest. What do you mean? There's bad parts.
This, so he looked out, for instance, in verse 57, and he gave it for Balaam. He quoted verse 57.
So he quoted verse 57.
And I found it.
Nimai Pandit.
Whether he remembered all the verses, he just composed them. But Nimai, as fast as he composed, he memorized them.
So whether he remembered all of them, he just composed them. But Nimai, he remembered all of them and stated verse 57.
So, of course, this is detail given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Of course, this is detail given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
But what we're doing is combining all the books we could find on Lord Chaitanya, and some details are given in other books.
So what we are doing, compiling all the books on Lord Chaitanya, and so some of the details are given in other books.
So then he wrote all the good things of verse 57, allegories, metaphors, alangaras.
Alagai, metaphors, alangar. He told all the good things about verse 57.
Then he told all the bad things.
Then he told all the bad things.
One thing is you said, Bhavani Bartu.
So one thing you said, Bhavani Bhartu.
Bartu means the husband.
Bhartu means the husband.
Bhavani means the wife of Baba, Shiva.
Bhavani means the wife of Shiva.
So to say the husband of the wife of Shiva,
To say the husband of the wife of Shiva,
it's contradictory.
it's contradictory.
Does Bhavani have another husband?
Does Bhavani have another husband?
Like that, he's writing out some points. And this way, he defeated Kesha Kandari.
So this way he pointed out some points, and in this way he defeated Keshava Kashmiri.
Kesha Kandari, he was speechless.
Keshava Kashmiri, he was speechless.
And then Lord Chaitanya was praising him.
So anyways, Lord Chaitanya was praising him.
And he went back and he prayed to Saraswati Devi.
So he went back and prayed to Saraswati Devi.
Why you allow me to be defeated by a boy?
Why you allowed me to be defeated by a boy?
And then she appeared to him and said, you see, he's my husband.
So then she appeared before him and said, you see, he's my husband.
I can't defend you against him.
I can't defend you against him.
So the husband of Saraswati is Lord Vishnu.
So the husband of Saraswati is Lord Vishnu.
And in case of Kaldini, he went to Lord Chaitanya's house
So Keshava Kashmiri, he went to Lord Chaitanya's house
and surrendered to him.
and surrendered to him.
And so he realized who he really was.
So then he realized who he really was.
And so when Lord Chaitanya, he instructed him that he give up this type of materialistic arguing people.
So Nimai instructed him that he'd give up this kind of materialistic ways, arguing with people.
And make a long story short,
So anyways, making a long story short,
this Kesha Kamini became a great acharya and then the Marka Swami Sampradaya.
so Keshava Kashmiri, he became a great acharya in the Nimbarka Sampradaya.
like this. And I found that kept himself in it. But then when his father passed away,
So like this, Nimad Pandit, he kept himself hidden. But then when his father passed away,
he said he wanted to go to Gaya to do Pindi for his father.
so he said he wanted to go to Gaya to do Pindi for his father.
Most Hindus in North India, Eastern India, they go to Gaya.
So most Hindus in northern India, eastern India, they go to Gaya.
And do it once in life, the Pindi for the deceased father, mother, or forefathers.
So they do once in their life, do Pinda for their father, deceased father, mother, relatives.
How many of you have been to Gaya?
How many of you have been to Gaya?
So, this year, I remember the first time I went with a group of devotees to Gaya.
So this year, like for the fourth time, I went with a group of devotees to Gaya.
First time was with Prabhupada.
First time was with Srila Prabhupada.
Second time I came there, they showed me a book, and they had Prabhupada sign it. I was there.
The second time I came there, they showed me a book. They asked Srila Prabhupada to sign it. I was there.
And I knew Lord Chaitanya, when he went there, he met Ishwar Puri, and he asked for initiation.
So anyways, when he went there, he met Ishwara Puri and asked for initiation.
Ishwar Puri was the dear disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
Ishwara Puri was the dear disciple of Madhavendra Puri.
And he had visited their house many times.
And he had visited,
Sometimes.
so he had visited his house a few times.
And then he met, and he asked if I can take initiation from you.
So then he went and asked, could I take initiation from you?
He said, you're a great Pandit, and I Pandit, how can I give you initiation?
So he was saying, you're a great Pandit, you're Nimai Pandit, how can I give you initiation?
I said, if you don't give initiation, then what is the use of my living?
So Lord Chaitanya said, if you don't give me initiation, then what is the use of my living?
I'm being threatened like this. So he gave him initiation.
So being threatened like this, he gave him initiation.
So then he did the Pindi for his father.
So then he did the Pindi for his father.
And he started chanting and dancing in Harinam and ecstasy.
So then he started chanting and dancing Harinam in ecstasy.
Actually, so his first ecstasy was in Gaya, was in Bihar.
So his first ecstasy was in Gaya in Bihar.
There, he ran across the Polo River and said, I'm going to go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan, Bihar, Vrindavan, Sri Krishna Ki.
Then he said, he crossed the Falgu River and said, I'm going to go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki.
And that voice came and said, now is not your time to go to Vrindavan.
So then a voice came from the sky and said, now is not your time to go to Vrindavan.
And go back to Navadip and start the Sankirtan Yoga.
You have to go back to Navadvip and start the Sankirtan Yagya.
Anyway, Lord Chaitanya said that, and on the way back, he was in Kanai.
So anyways, Lord Chaitanya then turned back, and on his way back, he went to Kanainath Shala,
Which now is in Jharkhand.
which now is in Jharkhand.
And there we know, there Lord Chaitanya, he was sitting down, and he saw a little boy hanging on his flute.
So there, he was sitting down and he saw a cowherd boy playing on his flute
distant.
in the distance.
And he looked, and the cowherd boy came closer and closer.
And so he looked, and the cowherd boy came closer and closer.
And yellow dhoti playing on a flute.
Yellow dhoti playing on his flute.
And the cowherd was wearing a turban with a peacock feather in it.
The cowherd boy was wearing a turban with a peacock feather on his.
He realized it's Krishna.
He realized it's Krishna.
And he came closer and closer, playing on his flute, dancing.
He came closer and closer, playing on his flute, dancing.
Then he came right up to Lord Chaitanya and embraced him.
And he came right up to Lord Chaitanya and embraced him.
Lord Chaitanya extended Sutta and then ran away. Krishna ran.
Then Lord Chaitanya was experiencing ecstatic symptoms, and then suddenly he ran away.
Lord Krishna ran away.
Lord Krishna ran away.
Lord Chaitanya ran after him.
And Lord Chaitanya ran after him.
And he went by a tree and disappeared.
And he went by a tree and disappeared.
Behind the tree.
Behind a tree and disappeared.
And Lord Chaitanya was there, went around the tree, didn't see him, started rolling on the ground.
So Lord Chaitanya, he went around the tree and didn't see him, so he just started rolling on the ground.
Crying in separation.
Crying in separation.
Somehow by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, this holy place, the Kanai is under the seva of Islam.
So somehow or other, by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Kanai Natshala, this place, is now under ISKCON, this property.
The Ramanandis are worshiping a deity there, but they are told that if the other fails to protect the deity, and give this other to the greatest acharya in the Gaudiya Sampradaya.
So the Ramananda, they were there worshiping the deity, but they heard that if you ever fail, then you should give it over to the greatest movement of the Gaudiya Sampradaya.
So the deity was stolen.
So the deity was stolen.
What greater neglect can there be?
What greater neglect could there be?
Of a hunter, 99 years old, he came down to my airport because he heard A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
The Mahanta, he was 99 years old, and he came down to Mayapur because he heard about A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Was the greatest acharya in the Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Was the greatest acharya in the Gaudiya Sampradaya.
So he wanted to give the Kanai to Islam.
So he wanted to give Kanai Natshala to ISKCON.
I was sitting outside my office
He was sitting outside of my office
on the ground,
on the ground,
99 years old.
99 years old.
They all have one prasad, and I only take fruit.
We offered him prasad, and then he said, "No, I only take fruit."
I only took my fruit. So then I asked him what he wanted,
So we asked him, "What do you want?"
and I sent the general manager to talk to him and found out that he wanted to give us the temple of Kanai Natshala.
So I sent the general manager to talk to him, and then we found out that he wanted to give the temple of Kanai Natshala.
So we got that.
Anyways, we got that.
And Lord Chaitanya, he came back to Navadvip.
So Lord Chaitanya, he came back to Navadvip.
He was changed. He went at the right Pandit, the great scholar. He came back as Gaura Hari, the great Bhakta.
So he had changed. He was known as Nimai Pandit, but when he came back, he was Gaura Chandra.
Gaura Hari,
Gaura Hari.
Harilo!
Haribo!
And he asked all the devotees to come at a Sukumar Brahmachari's cottage.
So he asked all the devotees to come to Suklambar Bhattacharya's cottage. Brahmachari, sorry.
He had a cottage by the Ganges River.
He had a cottage by the Ganges River.
So that Lord Chaitanya told him,
So then Lord Chaitanya told him,
you don't know what it's like to have achieved Krishna, to have gotten Krishna, and lose him.
you don't know what it's like to have achieved Krishna, to have gotten Krishna, and then lose him.
He was just unbelievable.
It was just unbelievable.
I mean, he was praising it on our, you are a devotee from birth. But me, I was in my abundant, I was wasting my time.
He was praising Gadadhar Pandit that you are a devotee from birth, but I was Nimai Pandit, wasting my time.
And he was just crying and all the devotees are very, very happy.
So he was just crying, and like this, all the devotees, they were very happy.
And then my friend had become a devotee.
That Nimai Pandit had become a devotee. 10 more minutes.
Now there are many pastimes, of course.
So there are many pastimes, of course.
And my friend that Hari, he would chant kirtan, he'd go ecstatic, he'd roll on the ground.
And Gaur Hari, he would chant kirtan, get ecstatic, roll on the ground.
So on the Sachi, he's calling for Nimai to come home and take the dinner.
So Mother Sachi, she was calling that Nimai come home and take his dinner.
And 3 neighbors approached her.
And so 3 neighbors approached her.
Your son, he got something wrong with his ears.
Your son, he has gotten something wrong with his ears.
Vayu dosh.
Vayu dosh.
So one said, give him some green tender coconut dal.
So one said, give him some green tender coconut dab.
Cool brain now.
That will cool the brain down.
Others said, no, that's not strong enough. He needs dasa milk tela, he needs oils.
So someone else said, no, that's not strong enough. He needs dasa milk the oils on his head.
And then a third one said, no, he's really gone. And tie him up and keep him at home.
And then the third one said, no, he's really gone. You got to tie him up and keep him at home.
I said, there's nothing wrong with my son.
So Sachi Mata Maharaji was saying, nothing's wrong with my son.
Like it. So, and then Jayapataka, he, I remember, what? Chaitanya, Hari, he asked Jayapataka, can I ask you a question?
So Lord Chaitanya Gaurahari, he asked Srivas Thakur, can I ask you a question?
And Srivas said, sure.
Srivas said, sure.
What's your question?
What's your question?
You see, I think I have a disease.
You see, I think I have a disease.
Whenever I hear anyone chanting the holy name of Krishna,
Whenever I hear anyone chanting the holy name of Krishna,
voice choked up, my hair stood on it.
My voice chokes up, my hair stand on end.
Sometimes I faint,
Sometimes I faint,
and I can't help it. I'm crying, or sometimes I'm laughing.
I mean, I can't help it. Sometimes I'm crying, and sometimes laughing.
So, do I have a disease?
So do I have a disease?
Shiva said yes.
Shiva said, nodded like this, yes,
You have a disease.
you have a disease.
I would like that disease also.
I would like that disease also.
You have the disease of love of Krishna.
You have the disease of love of Krishna.
Hariva! Hariva! Hariva!
Haribo!
People will not understand what you're doing or what's happening.
So people will not understand what you're doing, what's happened.
So I will come here in the evenings, chant in my garden, and I will invite selected devotees who could appreciate.
So I will accompany you in the evening, and you chant in my garden, and I will invite people who can appreciate.
And so that's how this evening kirtans and Shiva's Angan again started.
So that's how these evening kirtans in Shiva's Angan had started.
And I like that. Tamal Krishna Goswami, he would read all these pastimes, and it was something very wonderful.
So Tamal Krishna Goswami, he would read all these pastimes, and it was something wonderful.
But just, because I know you're all waiting to take your Sunday feast.
So I know you're all waiting to take your Sunday feast.
I'll just tell one pastime.
So I'll just tell one more pastime.
I'll see some of the Hindu Brahmins that complained of Chantaji.
You see, some of the Hindu Brahmins, they complained to Chandkazi.
And this Nimai Pandit, he's chanting the holy names of Krishna out loud.
That this Nimai Pandit, he's chanting the holy names of Krishna out loud.
These are meant to be chanted silently in japa.
These are meant to be chanted silently on japa.
And chanting out loud lose their power.
If they chant out loud, it may lose its power.
And no such thing.
There's no such thing, actually. Anyways,
this is the speculation at that time.
Anyways, this was a speculation at that time.
Of the Hindus, Chankazi being a Muslim magistrate, he was a bit amazed.
So Chandkazi, being a Muslim magistrate, he was amazed.
How the Hindus also complain about Nimai Pandit.
How the Hindus are also complaining about Nimai Pandit.
And the Muslims were complaining, everyone's complaining.
The Muslims were complaining, everyone's complaining.
And then he went and he told the devotees to stop their kirtan.
So he went and told the devotees to stop their kirtan.
And then he broke the mridangas.
Then he broke the mridangas.
He told them, if you don't stop, I'll convert you all to Muslims.
He said, if you don't stop, I'll convert all of you into Muslims.
I don't know what to do.
The devotees, they didn't know what to do.
I reported to Lord Chaitanya.
They reported to Lord Chaitanya.
Lord Chaitanya said, no one will stop the Sankirtan movement.
Lord Chaitanya said, no one will stop the Sankirtan movement.
And he sent Advaita Gosai to one side of Navadvip.
He sent Advaita Gosai to one side of Navadvip,
Srivas Thakur to the other side.
Shivas Thakur to another side.
And they had Haridas Thakur take another group.
They had Haridas Thakur take another group.
And he went with Nitai and Gadadhar.
So he went with Nitai and Gadadhar.
He held it up at the Shastra said, millions of people.
Who said?
the Shastra.
The Shastra said that there were millions of people.
I mean, there's countless people, floods of people.
I mean, there was countless people, floods of people.
Lord Chaitanya, people, they wanted to see Lord Chaitanya dancing and chanting.
So
he was in this house of Shivas.
So people, they wanted to see Lord Chaitanya chanting and dancing. He was in the house of Shivas.
But now he came out.
But now he came out.
And all the people of Navadip, the city of Navadip, all the people came out.
So all the people in the city of Navadip, I mean, all the people came out.
And his chanting penetrated the entire universe.
So their chanting penetrated the entire universe.
Went beyond, so they could hear it in the spiritual world.
That it even went beyond, and you could hear it in the spiritual world. Radha Chandra ki, Shri Shri Gauritai ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki.
So like, you see that Krishna had the Kurukshetra war.
So like we see that Lord Krishna had a Kurukshetra war.
That he also in Vrindavan, he danced with millions of gopis.
He also was in Vrindavan. He had danced with millions of gopis.
And 16,000 wives in Dwarka.
He had 16,000 wives in Dwarka.
So, and Chaitanya Leela, this kirtan, and hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of people.
And Lord Chaitanya, in this kirtan, there was hundreds and thousands or millions of people.
That was like an amazing demonstration.
That was like an amazing demonstration.
And they came, Indra and Vayudev came down from Swargaloka.
Indra and Vayudev came down from Swargaloka.
And I saw Supreme Personality of Godhead chanting and crying in ecstasy.
When they saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead chanting and crying in ecstasy,
They fainted. They couldn't, it was overwhelming.
they fainted. It was just overwhelming.
They came conscious. They took human form and joined the kirtan.
They came conscious, took human forms, and joined the kirtan.
Haribo!
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 The kirtan was going on, different groups, and Lord Chaitanya's kirtan, Satyananda told Nidai and Gadadhar, keep Lord Chaitanya from crashing to the ground.
So the kirtan, there were different groups, and Sachi Mata, she told Nitai and Gadadhar to keep Lord Chaitanya from crashing to the ground.
Because he had become totally oblivious and just faint in ecstasy.
Because he would become totally oblivious and just faint in ecstasy.
Well, there was a group of atheists, for instance,
There was a group of atheists, for instance.
and they were laughing at all the devotees.
They were laughing at all the devotees.
When they saw Lord, they thought
When they saw Lord Chaitanya dancing,
it was like too much.
it was like too much.
They themselves became ecstatic.
They themselves became ecstatic.
Oh, They started rolling on the ground.
They started rolling on the ground.
Well, this kirtan, according to the Chaitanya Bhagavat or something,
So this kirtan, according to the Chaitanya Bhagavat or something,
It went on like for a day of Brahma.
It went on for like a day of Brahma.
Although the clock stood still, it went on.
Although the clock stood still, it went on and on and on.
And the apsaras from the heavenly planets, they start raining down small conch shells and flowers.
So the apsaras from the heavenly planets, they started raining down small conch shells and flowers.
The whole ground was strewn with flower petals.
The whole ground was strewn with flower petals.
How the situation was, I can't probably explain it.
I mean, how the situation was, I can't fully explain.
Shankazi, he heard the kirtan from a distance.
So Chankazi, he heard the kirtan from a distance.
And he hot a kid.
Ki hoiche, ki hoiche.
Is it a Hindu wedding or what?
Is it a Hindu wedding or what?
Tell the soul God that I'm very quiet.
He told the soldiers, go there and tell them to be quiet.
When the soul went out and saw a multitude of people,
So they went out and then they just saw a multitude of people.
they became frightened. What could they do?
They became frightened. What could they do?
They turned off their turbans. They tried to hide their beards.
They took off their turbans and then tried to hide their beards.
They chanted Hare Krishna and raised their hands.
They chanted Hare Krishna and was raising their hands.
After that, what happened, of course, is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
And after that, what happened, of course, is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Lord Chaitanya arrived at the house of the Chankazi,
Lord Chaitanya arrived at the house of Chankazi,
and some people were saying, kill the Kazi, run around.
Some of the people were saying, kill the Kazi, burn his home.
And so Kazi came out. He said, your grandfather used to call me Cha-Cha.
He came out and said, your grandfather used to call me Chacha.
That means by village relationship, you're my nephew.
That means by village relationship, you're my nephew.
Why are you coming in an angry mood to your uncle's house?
Why are you coming with an angry mood to your uncle's house?
So Lord Chaitanya said, and why are you keeping your nephew standing in the street?
So Lord Chaitanya said, why are you keeping your nephew standing in the street?
And this way, I'm invited Lord Chaitanya to come up
So in this way, he invited Lord Chaitanya to come up.
on the veranda. Lord Chaitanya told people to sit down.
And on the veranda, from the veranda, Lord Chaitanya told all the people to sit down.
And they had a discussion with the Chankazi.
And they had a discussion with the Chankazi.
And then they discussed many things.
And they discussed many things.
Lord Chaitanya asked, why your father plows the field, the wolves, and eat your father.
So Lord Chaitanya was saying, the bull, like your father, plows the fields, so then why do you eat the father?
Then Chankazi said, well, the Hindus, you do Gomeda.
Then Chankazi was saying, but the Hindus, they do Gomeda.
Lord Chaitanya was saying that previous ages, they take an old cow, sacrifice it, give back a new life.
He said that it was in the previous ages. You get an old cow and you'd sacrifice it and bring it back to life.
A new life.
With a new body.
A young life.
A young body.
But in Kali Yuga, such Brahmins are not available, therefore it's prohibited.
But in Kali Yuga, such Brahmins are not available, so therefore it's prohibited.
Like
this.
They were discussing.
They were discussing.
And the Chankazi said, since I broke your mridungas,
Then the Chankaji said, since I broke your mridungas,
I had a dream last night.
I had a dream last night.
Half man, half lion came and he came on my chest.
Half man, half lion, he came right to my chest.
And told me, you never stop my chanting of the holy name again.
So he said, you never stop the chanting of my holy name again.
If you do, I'll finish you.
If you do, I'll finish you.
And he scratched my chest.
He scratched my chest.
And then Chankaji opened his shirt and showed his chest. Still had the scratch mark.
So then Chankaji opened his shirt and showed his chest. Sure enough, he saw the nail marks.
All like this. Finally, the Chankaji gave instruction
So like this, finally the Chankaji gave the instruction
that I and my descendants
that I and my descendants
will never prohibit the chanting of the Sankirtan.
will never prohibit the chanting of the Sankirtan.
And so the whole matter was settled amicably.
What, implicably?
The whole matter was settled amicably.
So the whole matter was settled amicably.
I came to Mayapur in 1970,
So I came to Mayapur in 1970.
and I met a descendant of the Chankaji.
And I met a descendant of the Chankaji.
And although he was a Muslim, he was very favorable.
Although he was a Muslim, he was very favorable.
And so Chankaji made this edict that his descendants will always support our Sankirtan.
What's that word? Edict?
Edict.
Edict. So Chankaji made the edict that his descendants shall never disturb the Sankirtan.
So, like this, Lord Chaitanya had so many amazing pastimes.
So like this, Lord Chaitanya had so many amazing pastimes.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. And don't forget to like and share our channel.